Could your car be a cybersecurity risk?
Cyber attacks on people's vehicles jumped 380% last year, according to a report from Upstream.
With most new vehicles Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connected and autonomous cars being tested, IT experts warn drivers and automakers need to take these threats seriously. Some of the potential risks include hackers shutting down a vehicle remotely, then demanding ransom payments if a driver wants to get it started again. Hackers could get access to your personal information through software in your car. And yes, without a key, hackers could unlock your car or even take control of it and drive remotely.
A 2015 report from automakers said, quote, there is a clear lack of appropriate security measures to protect drivers against hackers who may be able to take control of a vehicle. That same year, Fiat Chrysler recalled 1.4 million cars and trucks in the U.S. because hackers took control of a Jeep Cherokee SUV.
Coming up next on Night Team, we have an IT expert ready to explain the threat to drivers and what can be done about it.
Night Team.
We're joined now by Harold Rimmert, the Chief Technology Officer of Cellular Solutions with Digi International. He's here to talk about how hackers are actually able to take control of vehicles. So what is the risk? What are hackers doing with newer model vehicles?
So in the best case, they access the vehicle, they can start it, right, or just download personal information. But in the worst case, they can control the vehicle, like steering or brakes, and potentially cause lethal harm to you and others. Or if the car gets stolen, they can do secondary crimes after that.
So what is it about the newer technology that's making them so vulnerable?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of vehicle manufacturers, we do this collectively, right? So we, in the early days, we didn't take security very seriously. So we prioritized convenience over security. And, with some of the older cars out there, that are running infotainment systems that are 5, 6, 7, 10 years old, right? They are connected to the internet. They are more vulnerable than perhaps a newer model today.
So really anything connected to the internet, that's an opening. So I guess what can folks actually do about it?
So the first and most simplest way is to lock your vehicle. And if you can, park it in a secure location, because many attacks still require physical access to the vehicle interface, such as a USB port or the vehicle's diagnostic port. Also, keep your electronic car keys in a secure place to prevent keyless entry hacks and hackers from remotely opening and stealing your vehicle. If you're running a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot in your vehicle to give your passengers access to the internet, use a secure password. And then make sure that the software in your vehicle and connected systems is up to date. Ask your dealer or mechanic if there are any software updates or recalls. And, it's worth pointing out that some vehicles today can already receive updates over the air, but the automotive industry has still a lot of catching up to do.
Harold Rimmert, thank you for joining us.
Take a look at this. Hail damage in Colorado. There was some large hail today, larger than ping pong size hail with severe storms on the Front Range of Colorado. Going back to 6 o'clock and later, the storms rolled across the Front Range. And this is just part of the story of a storm system that will bring a whole lot more to Colorado. Big hail reported, a few tornado reports, but hail was the big story today. But this system isn't going anywhere, and the Front Range and the Continental Divide of Colorado will see snow the next couple of days. In fact, could see more than a foot of snow up towards the 14,000 foot peaks of the Continental Divide. Now, luckily we don't have any of that in our forecast, but I am tracking rain next.
An Indiana family claims an illegal search and seizure caught cops on video breaking the law.
We're fearful. That's not fair, and we were not protected.
After the forecast, details on the controversial search, which police say was just started by a noise complaint.